For 45 days, we worked without pay. And about a week later, they filed for bankruptcy. 800 employees, a total of $1.4 million.
My money was short, and I wasn't able to look at the, timesheet myself to put in the hours and or calculate the money, because we get paid through like a debit card.
You are scheduled 40 hours a week, but you have to work 42. Then there was times when I was working 50, 48, 46, and I didn't get compensated for the after the 42 hours.
We come across people who are employees at farms where they're doing basically field farm work, but we find out that they're getting paid actually under the minimum wage.
There's some guys that work for $100 for 14, 15-hour days. If you break that down, they're probably making anywhere from $6 to $7 an hour.
They think that they don't have the rights, or that's the only choice that they have.
You don't feel like a person, versus them treating you like you're a slave.
Wage theft can take the form of keeping inaccurate records. It can take the form of not paying for time that was worked. It can count for not giving break times when the law says they're supposed to pay for break times. It could be that you're misclassified as a salaried worker when you should be paid hourly, and that means that you should be eligible for overtime pay, but you don't make overtime pay. And so it can take a lot of these forms, and it's not always clear to workers when they're eligible for overtime pay or so on, and employers don't pay it, and that is wage theft.
Low-wage workers lose somewhere around $2,500 a year to wage theft. That's on average in all the different types of low-wage jobs. And when you're making minimum wage, it's hard enough to survive when you're well below the poverty level, but then on top of it, the average worker is losing $2,500 to wage theft. It's an epidemic.
It's very widespread. There was a study done by the governor's labor council in Kentucky, and they found that there was more money stolen through wage theft than through robberies of stores and people and things like that. That is similar to research that's been done in other places. Found more money stolen through wage theft, twice as much.
This isn't some sort of made-up problem. There are, in fact, workers all over the cities who are experiencing this, and it's really degrading for them. They feel like this is an indication that we're not even human. For them, wage theft isn't just, oh, I lost some money that I could have used to help me. It is a sign that their employers don't value them as people.
We're gathered here today as workers to say that we won't take this anymore.
The labor broker, payroll fraud business model in the construction industry is very similar to the business model used in retail cleaning. It is a discriminatory business model, not just a model that's intended to deprive the worker of overtime. It is a means of discrimination against workers on the basis of race and on the basis of national origin.
Home care workers plus tens of thousands of dollars of wages that they should have earned for care they provided. And that money is just going to the agency. And that is some agencies' business model, is to screw the workers.
So people who are hungry, who are starving, who are fighting for every day to figure out how they're surviving, are happy to get a paycheck. And they're not going to question what they're getting but we know what the laws are. We know that every worker should be respected with dignity and have a set standard. What is the set standard, the baseline that every worker in Minneapolis should have? We know they should have a schedule. I believe that people should have sick time, be able to spend time with their family if they get sick. I believe there should be a minimum amount that workers should be paid. Those are all should be a baseline that workers have. And especially when stadiums or massive companies and corporations are stealing money from them, I don't have patience for it.
This end vision of workers' rights being respected requires a change in the way people view things, that the important thing about business is no longer who's the lowest cost and what's the lowest price, but is this created with a view towards ensuring that workers have dignity and have enough to be able to enjoy their families, live in health, work in safe environments, get paid a wage that reflects their contributions and allows them to enjoy the necessities of life. These things are important, and they should be what work is about. They should be what our society is about, not can we get down to the bare bones. So trying to change that value system where it's not about just cost, it's about the human behind it.